Today we are going to talk about a romance drama called My Fault from 2023. The movie begins with a young girl named Noah packing her things in preparation for moving to a new house. She comes across a photograph of herself with her father. The photo was taken during a car race. After some thought, Noah decides to take the photo with her. During the trip, Noah talks to her mother and learns that she is moving in with her wealthy new husband, who saved the girl's mother from poverty after she divorced her alcoholic ex-husband. Noah is not happy about the move because she doesn't want to leave her friends and boyfriend. Noah arrives at his stepfather's house, where he sees a luxurious mansion owned by a man named Emmanuel. He warmly greets his wife and welcomes the girl, although she seems uninterested. As Noah looks around the mansion, she realizes how much her mother's life has changed since she met Emmanuel. Her mother takes her to a room overlooking the sea and tells her that she deserves to live in this house, just like her daughter. We are shown her half-brother Nick. After her mother leaves the room, Noah looks at the photo, feeling deeply moved again. She goes out onto the balcony and suddenly sees Nick. At this moment, Noah receives a phone call from a friend who tells her that she is lucky because her mother married a rich man, and Noah will inherit part of their fortune, which guarantees that she will not be poor. However, Noah expresses her dislike for Nick's spoiled rich lifestyle. Unexpectedly, it is revealed that Nick is actually Noah's half-brother, which complicates their relationship. Nick orders his aggressive dog to scare the girl, but then asks the dog to calm down. This infuriates Noah, and in the evening she breaks into Nick's room. The mother, Emmanuel, and Nick go to a family dinner, and in the car, Noah looks through her photos and those of her boyfriend. Later, she sends him a message asking him to call her back. Nick drives by the girl's car and looks at her in a seductive and admiring way. Arriving at the restaurant, the family members sit down at the dinner table and start talking. Emmanuel praises Nick, mentioning that he is one of the most skilled surfers in the country and a successful law student with a promising future. Noah, however, thinks Nick is a spoiled brat, suggesting that he only has opportunities because of his wealthy father. Disappointed, Noah decides to leave, and Emmanuel asks Nick to drive her home. Nick drives quickly and professionally, but Noah is afraid and criticizes his driving, calling him arrogant and reckless. Nick laughs at her and says that his mother condones her actions because she loves only her daughter, but Noah replies that she knows nothing about her mother's love. Nick is annoyed by Noah's words when she talks about his mother, and he stops in the middle of the road and asks the girl to get out of the car, then drives off. Noah is shocked, especially because her phone's battery is dead. Luckily, a friend of Nick arrives just in time and takes her in his car to a party where the same rich young people as Nick are gathering. Noah comes to a party with a friend of Nick who points at a guy. Noah seems to be jealous and angry when he sees this. Nick is surrounded by many girls who like him, but Nick notices the girl's presence and asks how she is doing. Noah replies that he will tell his father that he goes to the wrong parties. Nick warns Noah and asks her to leave. After that, a girl named Jenna invites Noah to go to a party with her and introduces herself as a friend of Nick. Noah starts drinking wine, and Ronnie looks at her with an angry look. Nick notices that Noah is drunk and decides to drive her home in his car. Nick carries the unconscious girl, puts her in his bed, and drives away. The next morning, Noah is sitting on the beach with Jenna and notices the presence of Nick, who has come to surf. It seems that all the girls want to talk to him because he is the richest man. Nick begins to master the waves, and Noah looks at him with a strange look. At night, Nick takes part in a car race for the rich, and Ronnie challenges him in the first race between a driver from Ronnie's team and Nick. He sees Noah from a distance and is very impressed by her beauty. He tries to use his skills to catch up with his rival, but then he looks at Noah again and becomes jealous. Noah stands with Jenna and Lion, watching the race from a distance. On the last corner, the opponent's car breaks down, and Nick manages to win the race. Everyone celebrates his victory. Noah sees photos of her lover cheating on her with her best friend. The girl gets very angry, starts drinking and dancing. Nick notices Noah dancing with another young man and feels angry and jealous. He approaches her and shouts, asking her to respect him because he considers her his sister and cannot see her in immoral situations. But Noah replies that she allowed the young man to approach her to take a picture with him and send it to her lover who betrayed her. Nick takes this opportunity to ask her to send a photo of herself with him instead of another guy. Noah accepts his offer, although she is surprised by his behavior towards her. Later, Nick asks Noah to stay in the race car and wait for Jenna to arrive. Noah seems impressed with the car and gets into the driver's seat. Ronnie parks her car thinking it is her rival, but Noah is surprised and tells him that she is a regular girl, not a racer. Ronnie lies to her that Nick is losing the race and could lose his red car if she doesn't go to the race right away. Ronnie laughs with Noah. The racer fires the starting shot, but everyone, including Nick, is surprised because the race cars don't move. Ronnie asks the girl to take advantage of the 5-second opportunity, and indeed, Noah prepares to start and assures Ronnie that he will lose the race. Through the events of the race, it becomes clear that Noah is a professional racer and her level is very high. The proof that she is a professional race car driver is in her appearance. In the photo with her father at the race at the beginning of the movie, Noah wins the race. She gets out of the car and everyone celebrates her victory. Nick is angry with her because she made him lose the race. Ronnie asks her to give him the car keys because he should have been her rival from the beginning, not Noah. Nick is forced to give him the car keys. Ronnie curses Noah because she feels insulted that she lost to him. Nick fights violently with Ronnie to protect the girl. Noah is scared and recalls her difficult childhood memories of her father beating her mother. Jenna takes the girl to the car. Nick also gets into the car with his friend, and they flee the scene. The next morning, Noah wakes up to a message from a stranger cursing her. We see the girl's mother. She is trying to get her husband Emmanuel's opinion on a dress she would like to wear for a special event. Then she asks why he helped her. Emmanuel replies that he fell in love with her at first sight and decided to marry her without thinking about saving her from poverty. We return to Nick, who is sitting with his younger sister Maggie. Nick is the only one who takes care of his younger sister because she has diabetes. At night, Nick comes home and watches a scene with Noah with cars in an Indian movie. He tells her that the turns that the cars make in the Indian movie seem impossible and difficult to perform, but Noah tells him that these moves are very simple and tries to explain to him how to perform them. Noah asks Nick where he has been all day. Nick replies that he spent the day with someone close to him. He is talking about his younger sister Maggie, but Noah didn't know that. She apologizes for the consequences of her actions, and then they kiss romantically. The next morning, Noah washes the car and is surprised to see her ex accompanied by her mother. It is clear that the girl's mother suspected a connection between her daughter and Nick. It seems that she plans to rekindle her daughter's relationship with her ex-boyfriend, as she considers Nick to be just Noah's brother and tries to avoid the development of their relationship. Noah quickly goes to Nick and asks him to help her because she sent a photo of him to her ex-boyfriend and doesn't want him to see it because it could lead to a scandal, especially since Nick is considered her brother. Noah's ex-boyfriend tries to talk to her, but Noah keeps ignoring him and Nick tries to tease him without showing his face. Noah goes to talk to Nick, but he laughs at her and drags her into the pool. When Noah leaves the pool, he takes a bouquet of roses from his mother and notices a card that says that Noah will pay for his actions. She asks her ex-boyfriend about the threats against her, but he assures her that he knows nothing about the bouquet of roses or the threats on the card. In another scene, we see an unknown person talking to Ronnie. The next morning, the family members have lunch together, and Noah receives another threatening letter, but she doesn't know who is making the threat. Noah is driving with Nick and his friends in the car, and Mario asks Noah how she learned to drive professionally, but a girl sitting in the backseat interrupts and says that Noah learned to drive with the help of her father, who is famous in car racing. Mario asks Noah where her father is, but she only replies that he is not there. Nick arrives at the scene of a street fight. Noah seems to be scared, but Nick tells her not to worry about him because he loves street fighting, and the reason is that he takes out his anger in a fight. He enters the ring and starts to fight fiercely with his opponent until he defeats him with ease. Noah cannot watch violent fights because she has been traumatized since early childhood due to her father's abuse. Mario tries to get close to her and ease her pain, but Nick beats him and tries to take him away from the girl, who asks Nick to stay away from her because she is afraid of him. The girl does not like cruel people like him and her father. A few days have passed and we see Nick running in the sea and trying to become a better person than before, and trying to find peace within himself through his love for Noah, even though he doesn't believe he has fallen in love with a girl who is almost like a sister to him. One day, Emmanuel tells Nick information about Noah's real father. He tells her that her father was always abusive to Noah when she was little. He also tells her that he still has problems in his life because he went to prison because of Noah's testimony against him. He was released only 2 weeks ago. He also asks Nick to take care of Noah and tells him that Noah's father is a dangerous man. At night, the stranger who appeared with Ronnie earlier is sitting in his car in front of the house. Noah is inside because he was at a party with friends. After a while, Noah comes out drunk with her friends. Nick arrives to pick her up, but Noah returns because she forgot her jacket. Nick's friend plays a prank on Noah by locking her in a closet, which makes her panic and remember how her father used to lock her in a safe. Nick comes to her rescue and takes her home, where he stays with her all night because she was scared. Recently, Emmanuel sees Nick sleeping next to Noah and realizes that Nick has a strong relationship with his stepdaughter. The next day, Nick takes Noah to visit his sister Maggie in the hospital. Noah learns that Nick has been involved in street fights to pay for his sister's treatment because their rich father refused to pay. That evening, Nick and Noah spend a romantic evening on the beach and confess their love for each other. On the way back, Ronnie kidnaps Noah, and Nick tells the girl's father and mother. The investigators find out that Ronnie is the kidnapper from the surveillance video. Meanwhile, Noah's real father appears and says that he ordered his men to kidnap her. He demands a ransom of $1 million in exchange for Noah's release. Emmanuel and the girl's mother go to the designated place to hand over the ransom, but the kidnapper does not show up. Noah's mother realizes that he was never interested in money. He was only interested in fear and suffering. Nick is in the car telling the detective about Ronnie and how he took his red car, which has a tracking device that they can use to find him. But Noah's father finds out about the plan and tries to escape. Nick pursues him, which leads to a Hollywood chase. Noah's father forces her to drive, while he takes aim at Emmanuel and her mother. The chase ends in a dead end, in which Noah finds herself. Her father orders her to ram Nick's car. Nick communicates telepathically with Noah, and they use the circular movements seen in the Indian movie to avoid a collision. The detective shoots Noah's father, and the girl's plan succeeds. The mother is relieved to see that her ex-husband's life is over. She kisses her daughter, and Emmanuel kisses Nick in an emotional scene. It becomes clear that Nick and Noah are deeply in love with each other. The movie ends with Noah's mother asking Emmanuel for a divorce so that Noah can marry Nick.